Hi folks, back in the garage again. Sorry it's been a while since I've done another update. I need to really get better at it. It's been a very busy couple of weekends. I didn't give a wrap up for Sunday's racing after the first round of the championship. Sunday was a bit of a write-off day again, unfortunately. We had some issues with a misfire, which turned out to be the electrical connector at the top of the cylinder 3 fuel injection unit. The new wiring harnesses are just a bit rubbish, to be honest. So we think we've solved it, but I didn't really get enough running time to prove that out. So keeping fingers crossed at the next round that's not going to be an issue. Second race, we were hampered with seizing front brake calipers. They were a bit tight at the beginning of the weekend, and being at the race circuit, I wasn't able to strip and rebuild the calipers themselves and check everything. But what I did do is force the pistons out, put a bit more red rubber grease around, give them a clean, pop the dust seals back on and retract the cylinders. Thought that was doing the job. The front brakes were still dragging a little bit throughout the entire weekend, but the second race on the Sunday was really pronounced. The car was getting a judder on, and when I came in we could barely turn the front wheels by hand, just showing that the cylinders, or rather the pistons in the calipers, had just become like pretty seized, to be honest. So with that, I'd started on the front row of the grid and ultimately just dropped back. I don't even know where I finished. It certainly would have been no higher than midfield, probably somewhere in the 20s out of 34 cars. So bit of a write-off race, but given how much resistance the brakes were given, yeah, not expected to be my best race. After that race, we swapped the brake calipers over. Dan had a spare pair which he lent me, which I threw on the car, and instantly you could feel the difference. Even when just pushing the car through the paddock, you could feel how much easier it was, how much lighter the steering was without the front calipers dragging. But again, had a bit of a nightmare in the third race. It started, I think, somewhere in the top 6 on the grid. Had got a clean line at the turn 1. Had kept it like mid-track because I could see traffic on both sides. Everyone bunched into the hairpin. Coming out of the hairpin, had nice clean track, so started laying on the throttle. When the two folks to my right came together, it picked up one of the cars, basically launched it into the air, and it landed, clipping the right-hand side of my car, causing some damage and spinning me. So ultimately put me out of the race, and another one to forget.